It was back in, I don't know, it was a few months ago. Me and Greg went, and Oliver and Zoe went to Chattanooga, Tennessee to visit our friends, Dustan and Darlene. And while we were there, they took us to downtown Chattanooga area, and we did a lot of walking around, and we went out to eat and had some fun, just sightseeing and just enjoying the day. The weather was perfect. And then we were on the bridge looking across at I think it's an art museum. It was a really cool building, and Dustan said, we can walk over there. We're like, okay, cool, let's walk over there. So Greg and Dustan had gotten way ahead of me and Darlene and Zoe and Oliver, of course. And at this time I was about 7 months pregnant, by the way, with little Willow. And I heard Greg saying, this is creepy. And I know Greg's scared of heights, so I really didn't think much about it. Then I heard somebody else say, this is a glass bridge. And I was just having fun talking and stuff, so I didn't still think too much about it. So we walked up to the bridge, and I looked down to see if it indeed was glass, because I did hear somebody say that. And it didn't really look like glass. If it was glass, it was so thick, I thought, that you really couldn't see through it. So I was like, okay, it's cool. And we start going across the bridge. And at this point, I think Greg's already on the other side, and Dustan. So me, Darlene, and Zoe, and Oliver are walking across the bridge, and I look down, and it's okay. Wasn't scary. Well, what happened was the bridge starts over land, and it's close to the ground, so you can't see that you can really see through the bridge. So we're getting on across the bridge, and I look down, and you can see through the bridge enough. You can see through it pretty good. And there's I believe like a 4-lane highway beneath, Greg. Yeah, there's like a 4-lane highway beneath. Cars going. It's pretty high. And there's a metal strip that runs down the center of the bridge, and on the left and the right of the metal strip is the glass. So I was walking on the metal strip, but you could see through this bridge far too much for my comfort. So when I looked down and realized how scary it was, I flipped out. Something took over me, and I've always been somebody that makes fun of people, I guess, that flip out like that, but here I was. I had no control over it. It just happened. I started yelling, oh, Jesus, get me off of this bridge. Jesus, help me off this bridge. And I was crying. I was just wailing and yelling, and I didn't care who heard me. I was terrified. And I wanted off of that bridge, but I knew there was no way off of the bridge except to walk off of the bridge to the other side. And it was so scary. It was just terrifying. And Darlene took my hand and held my hand and was talking to me the whole way, trying to tell me stories. I don't know. She talked about some preacher and some ice cream. I don't even know what it was. I was halfway listening, but she had a calming voice, and Zoe was holding me, and I'm screaming and crying the whole way. Completely flipped out. And Oliver was laughing. And anyway, I made it across the bridge. And when my feet hit the concrete, I literally started crying, tears of joy. I was sobbing. I was so happy to be on the concrete. And Darlene was kind of tickled at me. She's just like, I've never seen this side of you before. Well, quite honestly, I've never seen that side of me before either. I didn't know that was going to happen. And it literally felt like I had no control over what happened. I went crazy on that bridge, literally. It's like I had an outer body experience because I was so scared. And but I remember the relief that I felt when I got to the concrete and my feet were on the ground. I hugged Greg's neck and I cried, and I was so happy to be on the solid ground again. So I guess I said all that to say that's kind of what this experience has felt like for me. We're in our truck right now. We've got Willow. Thank God she's still sleeping. She's happy. And this is my first time to be in the truck with Willow and Greg again since the day that we drove to the ER. So for me, it felt like I've made it across the bridge and my feet are on solid ground again. And that relief of just that scary, scary, scary thing is over. It's
no choice.
And I didn't have any choice with this thing with Willow. And once I got on the middle of the bridge, I didn't have any choice. You just have to go through it. And this is something we had to go through. There's no choice but to go through it. And and it just feels great to be on the other side. It feels like, Greg said, it's like a roller coaster ride that we were on, and it feels like the ride started for me on the way to the ER. And now, after all the ups and downs and the screaming and the crying on the roller coaster ride and the hours of sitting there staring at my baby, wishing there was something I could do and nothing I could do but pray, and watching her go through things that you don't want to see. After all of that, now I feel like we're at the end of the roller coaster ride and we're coasting in and we're about to unbuckle. And when we unbuckle, I'll be getting out at my house and I'll be home again with my baby where we're supposed to be. But it feels like the ride's coming to an end now, and it's a good feeling. It's emotional and it's just overwhelming, but I'm glad it's over.
Stay close to thee, sheltered by your loving arms, where the winds will never bother me. I can't make it by myself alone. Take this part of me, dear Lord, and make it your home. Here's my heart, here's my soul. Something only you can hold. You're the one who was true when my life